Again in 5,
Four,
4,
3.
Fucking asshole. All right, 3, 2.
The following program is a production of Inked Geek Studios.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 17 of the Geek Access podcast. I am joined today, as I always am, by Corey and Brandon. Hello, guys.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
We have a special guest joining me in the studio today for our first live guest. I would like to welcome Mr. Austin Cooper to the show.
Woot to woot.
Whoop. Austin is a fellow
Mr.
gamer,
Austin.
a fellow art enthusiast, and a drummer
Just a
for a
sexy
band.
man all around.
Yeah, he's
to one word it, hipster.
a hipster.
What? Oh, don't you
He-
start me on
No,
that.
he needs his brimmed beanie and
No, he needs a vape and an
I need
iPhone.
and I need
wait, hold
and
on.
lack
I
of
have
respect
where
for
is my
myself.
vape? Did I just
yeah,
start
and
recording
you
with
need,
no there?
you need a Starbucks jacket and you need a beard.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
had that one.
bitch.
I
Yeah,
can give you my old one. I'll pull it out of the sink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friends don't let friends drink Starbucks.
yeah.
But I love
Anyway, so yeah,
spiced
so
pumpkin lattes.
Austin is a fellow gamer,
Woot.
and he is the drummer for a local band called Sygnal To Noise,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and he's
Oh,
a pretty
shit.
skilled drummer. We will be playing a little bit of one of their songs later in the show.
Yeah.
If you want to,
Yeah.
if you like what you hear when we play it, and you want to follow them, you can follow them at Sygnal To Noise on Twitter, and it's spelled with a Y because his dad's weird.
Yeah, well, you gotta be artsy, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know.
gotta
Can't have
be-
an
you
eye
gotta-
in
Well, I guess I put
Well,
Y
if you
in cynic,
well,
so
well, because if
You got to be unique.
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Like you got to be a snowflake about it.
right.
Snowflake.
Oh,
pretty.
shit. Anyway, so well, we'll start with Austin. Austin, what's going on, man?
You know, nothing much. Enjoying this nice cold room. It's magical. And just
Is it
being
back cold?
just
You know,
being,
we
just being
actually
so close to
discussed
you.
that. We were trying to decide how we could make whoever first visits him the most uncomfortable.
But luckily
And
for me,
so we think to ourselves, what do? Well, first we put you in a room with him, which is pretty bad. And then
It's a hard time.
then we got to make sure it's really cold, so you're uncomfortable to like you have to put a jacket on.
it might be because of my lack of clothes. I think that
Probably
I
your
mean,
lack
that
of
might be
body
it.
fat. This guy weighs as much as my thigh.
Hey,
and then three,
and-
we're gonna make sure he hits on you like
Dude,
that.
his legs.
We're gonna
are
make sure
the
he like
size of
tries
my
to subtly
arms.
hit
see,
on
so
you.
you hear that? He's describing me. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
I know. What?
Go ahead.
Well, what
Tell
are you
them
wearing?
what I look like. What am I wearing?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Let's get into that.
Let's be real. I'm not wearing
You
anything.
got some thick thighs. You want to see that?
Let's get in on that. If you had to attach a diameter to your thigh, what would it be?
I'll let your imagination run wild with that.
A man after my own heart.
Oh shit. Oh damn it, Brandon. You had a pretty slow week last week. How's your week been this week?
Yep.
The response we're looking for.
You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been pretty yup.
Dude,
not-
you know, I
he is-
do what I do when I
he
do. I
does
play a lot
not-
of League of Legends. I watch Worlds.
He does not provide the response we're looking
Did that
for, but he
tournament
provides
end
the
yet?
response.
No,
we
dude, the
deserve.
grand finals are next Sunday. I'm excited.
For God's sakes, how long does that shit last?
Dude, fuck off.
It's because
just saying,
it's
it
because
lasts
of
forever. It just
the
doesn't stop.
it's because the bro community that's obsessed with League of Legends doesn't do anything but play League of Legends. So
Wait
they
a
have
minute,
to
don't you
keep
play
it
Call
on.
of Duty and listen
They
to
have to-
Avenge Shitfold?
Uh,
If anyone's a bro, it's you, dude.
yeah, and you were excited for Five Finger Death Punch, so you're definitely the
Yeah.
corporate bro asshole guy.
Dude,
So,
you're totally a
I'm
bro.
just saying, with your
Okay.
beats on.
With your fucking vape.
With my vape and my beats. Yeah.
Everybody vapes now, man. Don't
Yeah,
you know?
everyone.
Hey,
everyone
I-
is fucking underground, bro.
Hey,
You probably don't even
hey,
know about
hey,
it, bro.
I am looking. I am looking after my health. Thank
Oh,
you.
you want to fight me, bro? Dude, those shits aren't that good for you either. If you looked after your health, you'd stop. Period.
Well, this is
Ooh.
helping.
Like my man Corey, he's not involved in nonsense anymore. He's taking care of himself.
We'll see how
Yeah.
long that lasts.
He knows what's important. You need to learn what's important.
Drugs are bad, okay?
See,
Yeah.
what happened was he shaved that god awful ridiculous beard that he had, and then it kind of
Bitch, please,
it
you
took
wish you could
it
grow
took
a beard.
it took the weight off of
Well,
his head,
then he
so he got
decided,
his
he said,
brain
"Hey,
function back.
What am I doing with myself? Am I taking good care of myself? No, I'm not. Let me fix that. Let me make the proper steps to take better care of myself." And there you have it.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Clean and get shaved clean. Well, not
Yeah.
totally. but
First,
clean enough.
first he wished it, then he wanted it, then he did it.
Corey, does the carpet match the drapes?
Yo, he's got
not
wax
currently.
floors.
Wax
Yeah.
floor. Dude, I can give mustache rides now. It's awesome.
Funny story. Wax floors comes from a gal I was with the other night. She, I don't remember how we were talking about it. She was like, "Yeah, someone said that one time. Like, someone got asked if the carpet matched the drapes. She was like, 'Oh, I've got wax floors.' I was like, 'Oh,
Did you travel her waxed floors?
that's not the point. The point.
I'm gonna go with no.
You gotta
No,
get
it's
some good
definitely- yes,
he
but that's not the point.
probably. She doesn't listen to the show. It's not like. Hold on. Is she aware of your competition? You're aware that pre-BlizzCon intercourse doesn't count towards the competition with you and Corey, right?
Right.
Very
No,
very
Whoa.
this,
Oh,
this was
okay.
actually.
I have a lack of
This
knowledge
was
of
actually
this.
unintended, but it happened.
So
Fill me- fill me in.
we won't go into it too much. But Corey and Brandon are they have been establishing a point system for how many girls they can hook up with while we're at BlizzCon
But-
in 3 weeks. 3
I think-
fucking weeks till BlizzCon.
Oh,
I
I
think
know.
I
I
would-
realized that
I would
today.
just-
I was thinking about that today because I look at the calendar, and I say, I can see November already.
That's
You know, if you have a typical calendar, no matter what month you're in, you can just swipe and get to November.
So like we're already at the point where I open it and the default view includes November. You piece of fucking shit. Anyway, I see it and I realize it's only 3 weeks away. I was excited.
Yeah, are you?
pretty exciting.
Where are you? Where's your? Now you don't have a nonstop, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I gotta go to. First of all, I'm flying out of fucking Charlotte, so I gotta like get up at 2 a.m. for the first flight to get to the Charlotte airport by 6.
Where are you transitioning in?
From Charlotte, I go to DC and then DC all the way to LAX.
Oh, okay. For
Damn.
some reason I had a bad feeling that you were gonna say Texas, and I thought you were gonna bring Ebola to BlizzCon.
I really I tried to arrange for it, but they wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
They're too scared.
I called and I said, "Hey, what can you guys do for me?" And they said, "It's probably not a good idea." So I
Probably
said,
not.
"Okay, just give me a one-way to Liberia. Take care of it."
Well, you guys will fly and I'll drive.
I mean,
It'll be a fun
To
time.
Liberia?
Absolutely.
No, Corey lives in Cali, so he's like an 8-hour drive.
So he's already cool.
Yeah, he's already there.
Yeah.
The
He
hipster
just lives
center of the
he just-
world, man.
He just lives the life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good.
The weather's perfect.
Oh,
Every
fuck off.
I like this new setup. I hope the audio listeners, if you guys could email or tweet and tell us how the audio sounds this week. I have a new studio set up at the house, so
It's terrible. You sound like shit.
I would appreciate some feedback. So if you could send me a tweet or an email or harass me on Facebook. let me
Basically,
know.
just talk to him
Yeah,
because
talk to me.
he's
Talk-
really lonely.
talk to me
so
some
just
more.
be
Yeah.
like,
He's
really-
listen.
You know what? If anything, here's what I would like to do.
What would you like to do?
Here's what I'm thinking. Let's go a new direction.
There's only one direction.
There is
I
only
was
one.
waiting for that.
And that is what makes you beautiful.
No matter what they say.
No, that's right. Because you light up my world like nobody else.
Jesus Christ.
I go by
Sounds
Brandon
like a
now.
love song. Write it out. There's a new song for you. There you go. For your band.
So here's what we do. Because pre-show, I was enjoying the conversation more than I usually do with Nate. So I'm thinking we just kick Nate off, and we just kind of set Lizzie up as the host.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
Lizzie was
pre-show.
good.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will
she
take
was.
I'll take out my profanity, and I had a fun time.
I swear.
I
Render.
think that's a fantastic
probably
idea.
more than I should, but I do my best.
Damn
Yeah,
you.
no, we totally
for
we,
the sake of me,
we totally should have Lizzie on the show sometime. That would be cool.
she's a delight.
Ooh, so I just remembered something that happened in.
That's
was
what
it?
happens
Actually,
when you stop
Texas.
smoking weed. You start remembering shit.
I know.
Wow,
it's
that must be why I'm
crazy.
so much smarter than
What was it?
everyone
There was
in the
Nick,
fucking world.
that stand-up comedian Nick Swardson talked about how when he stopped smoking, he'd be like, I have magical powers. I remembered where I put my keys. He goes, I
So-
have. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Texas. There was a
Ebola.
little boy who decided that he got mad at his sister while they're playing a video game and strangled her with a Wiimote And then, while during that strangling, the mother walks in. What are you doing? He finds a hammer, beats the mother to death with the hammer, and then loses his virginity to the mother's corpse.
How old's the boy?
Oh yeah.
How old
old's
was
the
he?
boy?
13, I think.
Yeah, 13.
13.
Well,
yeah.
it is Texas.
Yeah.
Well, everything's
That's some
bigger there.
fucked up shit,
As
though.
Robin Williams said,
What?
the definition of retarded in Texas is pretty wide.
Well, everything's bigger there. So.
It's too soon for Robin Williams puns or jokes or
Hey,
even lines, quotes, or anything.
Yeah, but they're
Oh,
not
Oh,
Don't wanna talk
Captain,
about-
my
They're not-
captain.
Not against
No!
him though.
Good morning, Vietnam. Anyway,
My captain.
yeah, I suppose if Ebola was going to go anywhere in the States, Texas is probably the first choice. And then maybe Alabama.
Are
I
you
was going to
joking?
say
Why would
Alabama or Mississippi.
Texas is so huge? Why would you want to take it? What? You're fucking dumb, dude. Put it on
Wow.
like Hawaii, where they're fucking isolated.
my point was to eliminate people.
Isolated.
See-
It got brought over here.
Yeah,
It, doesn't
Yeah,
matter
it
where
was
it's
in
at, it'll get
Africa.
here.
It should have been left
because
in
you know
fucking
why? Because people
Africa.
fucking lie, dude.
I don't have Ebola.
Take the mic away from your mouth a little bit. Asshole.
It's not me. It's a microphone. Push it away.
Yeah, stop pretending that it's Austin. There you go. That's good. You don't. Anyway, well, that was the most interesting Brandon how's it going that we've ever had.
God damn it,
Corey, what about you, sir? How was your week?
What?
Dude, I think he's still high.
I
Yup,
thought you
and
weren't.
what?
I said, Corey, what about you? How was your
Right?
week?
I thought you.
I heard,
quit.
how was your
What
week?
the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, it's been pretty good. I'm basically done with Destiny now. I can't play it anymore.
Same.
I can't. It's over. The
Yeah.
game's done. Until they add more shit, it's just pointless.
well,
try
there's
and
supposed to
play.
be DLC coming in December, right?
Oh, that makes
Supposedly.
Unfortunately.
fucking peasants.
Or are you finally realizing that it's?
No, here's the thing. Just a sub Destiny rant for a moment.
No?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
good.
Go
I wanna
ahead.
hear it.
It's a phenomenal game for 5 minutes, and then
Oh.
after that,
Well, that makes it worth
and,
$60.
and
right?
after that, you understand that Bungie has never lied to you so hard until now. It is so just blatantly lackluster of everything that would make it what it was supposed to be. It drives me
So
nuts.
what you're saying is it's like that hot blonde head cheerleader. It's good for the first 5 minutes, then you realize that it's not everything you expected.
I just hope that they realize that they need to make it an open world game like an MMO
I
should
just
be,
hope
because
they-
I can't fucking
But
stand
the thing is,
the
though,
invisible walls.
but-
It just bugs the fuck
but
out.
the-
of me.
Well, that means it's an open world.
Yeah, well,
Like it's open, but they're closing the openness, but it's still open world.
My
No, it's
my
not
issue, my
Open enough.
biggest issue is just the fact that it it's closed off because it's not a full MMO. It's a piece of an MMO. It's a piece of
Right.
an RPG. It's a piece of everything, and it doesn't succeed in any of them except for gunplay. Gunplay is good.
Borderlands Light.
Right. Yeah, no, I can see that. I know Borderlands is out, and I'm kind of excited for that. I haven't picked it up yet, but we'll.
That comes
we'll
out
see.
Tuesday.
Is it out?
Nah,
oh,
it
is
came
that-
out
it's coming-
Tuesday. I thought it came out today too, but no, it comes out
Yeah,
Tuesday.
you can preload it. Like
Oh, so it comes out this coming Tuesday.
yeah,
All right, cool.
but you're gonna be on WoW probably, so
Yeah, 6.0 drops Tuesday, so.
it really
Oh
matters.
yeah, God,
Yeah.
do I really have to go back to that?
Yep.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, we got 6.0 dropping Tuesday. I don't think much of anything else is happening. I think the next big thing for anybody that cares is Advanced Warfare on the 4th, and then we're going out to BlizzCon, and then the Thursday after we get back from BlizzCon will be Warlords of Draenor. Yay.
I have nothing to play until I don't even know when.
Yeah.
Evil
It's a while.
Evil Within is
It's a
Tuesday,
while.
but
Oh, yeah,
I'm
Evil Within.
100.
Yeah,
I'm
but I've
100% uninterested in Evil
I've
Within
already
now.
played Silent Hill.
Did you watch
and Alan
gameplay?
Wake
No,
and
I'm
everything
100%
else. That's the same.
uninterested. Bethesda came out and said it's locked at 30 frames.
What?
It's
It's
so
because
good,
they
though.
built it like that.
Right,
I'm
it's-
sure.
Yeah, which is retarded.
Right,
like
but-
you can unlock it, but they're like, oh, we can't promise it's going to be stable. Meanwhile, it needs 4 gigs of video RAM. But no, just play it at 30 frames.
Yeah,
it'll
but
be fine.
Bethesda and stability have never been friends.
And also,
so.
30 frames isn't that big of a deal, considering it's mostly going to be it's a console game that
No,
was
no,
ported
it's,
to PC.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just,
Okay.
just fucking use your 4 gigs of video RAM
Okay,
for 30
alright,
frames
it's,
a second.
it- it's a console game that was ported to PC, and the majority of homeowners or home users still have PCs that are at a 60 hertz refresh rate, which maxes out at 30 frames per second. So there's no need to optimize it beyond 30 frames per second. You're an asshole. Just because
Typical.
you are Mr. PC Master Race doesn't mean the rest of the world is.
Yeah, it does, dude. Everyone that matters is, but
Which obviously means I don't matter considering I'm a console guy. So
you're a
Yeah.
console
clearly
peasant.
I'm a lack
Oh.
of
Console peasant.
console.
Build
Hey,
yourself
do,
a fucking
do you
box
have
and you'll be
access to
fine.
Drive Club? No, you don't. Corey, have you
No,
played it
because
yet?
it's fucking laggy as shit.
Oh, is it that
PSN
bad?
is stupid as fuck.
Console
Yeah.
peasant.
Did you buy it?
No, why would I buy it? The fucking for PlayStation Plus users, it's supposed to be free to
Dude, it's
try it
like-
out, and we
it's-
can't even try.
I would say it's like
Yeah.
imaginary.
I did see that. That is not even on there.
Oh,
Yet.
game's
that
a
new
lie.
Binding of Isaac comes out right the day before we fly out.
Oh, November
Oh, that's
4th.
fucking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it comes out the 4th of November.
Cool.
That's
That
great.
looks
Pretty
pretty
interested in Dragon Age right
Playing
now.
that right now.
Yeah.
Inquisition, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I just
It's what, like over 40 hours of just story missions, and then 200 plus of whatever else they threw in there.
And
I
the
mean, they'll
stories-
actually like as long as they don't do what they did with.
Two.
The other-
Yeah,
other ones?
Yeah.
one was worth, but 2 was not really worth. But it kind of looks like they're going back to worth.
I'd hope so. Did you hear about the Witcher team getting pushed to bring out the new Witcher game, and they're all getting pissed off because they're being forced to do it too quickly?
Yeah, they'll probably. I don't know. I haven't read
I
that.
hope it
but-
doesn't flop.
when's their pushed release date?
No, it won't. I don't think.
It probably will get delayed. I guarantee it.
Witcher
I
3
hope
in
so.
trouble. Let's see. Comes out February 24th. Respond to crunch accusation. Spokesperson for the studio. Project Red is one of the few really good game devs. CJ.
Have you guys
Project
played
Red,
the
overblown impression of
playable
the
teaser for
It included-
Silent Hills?
Spokesperson for the studio, which claims the crunch for a year.
What?
I'm liking this wind.
PR is creating an overgrown vision of a game that is one of the
Some great wind.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Could have
Oh, you just read that article out?
We concluded that a few additional months will let us do. Yeah, I don't really see the big deal. Like, it's kind of like waiting for a Blizzard game. Like, Blizzard puts stuff off. Like, they usually delay things a couple times, like at the very least. But it always comes out good. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily worried about it. I think given CD Projekt Red's history, they're gonna do it like right.
How they want to do it.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind the fact that games get delayed because I feel like they're putting more work into it. I
No,
mean,
well,
I
that's
under-
usually the idea. Like, unless it's the case of like a Call of Duty or something, they're like, oh, well, we release it at the same time every year, and they're like, oh, well, it's done, but the release date is X. But when it's something like this, where they're like, oh, well, you know, we said it would be this, but like we want to fine tune it and blah blah blah, then like we're gonna move it back a few months or whatever, and it's like this is why. It's usually okay.
Yeah.
And like, unless you run into the thing where it's like, oh, we delayed it so we could put like some on-disc DLC that we can charge you for later, and it's just like a 300 kilobit like unlock. But the CD Projekt Red is not the type to do that. Like that's like a BioWare, a Capcom move.
every other big name company.
Right.
Yeah, they all-
Project
so
Red,
they-
like
they all
they're
do.
not really a big name,
They all
No,
do
they're not.
the on.
Like,
They've
all
only
they've done
gotten
is
that,
Witcher.
right?
but
Yeah.
and they. If you give me a minute, like talk about something else, and I'll find an infographic about them.
All right. Well,
So
I
how
will-
are you, Nathan?
Then good. I finished my John Dies at the End audiobook. I have been listening to This Book is Full of Spiders. Seriously, Dude, Don't Touch It, which is the sequel. About
Those
halfway.
books just don't sound very interesting to me.
Oh,
They
no,
sound very childish.
They're very like otherworldly. Like they have a lot to do with dimensional travel, and they're kind of like they're comical horror books. They're
Comical horror?
yeah, they're like they are.
The Evil Dead.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I love Evil Dead.
They're horror with some satire and some like sarcastic comedy. They're not for everybody. The author David Wong, he is one of the lead writers at Cracked.com, so that gives you an idea of kind of his comical style.
Yeah.
And I mean, for people that are fans of Cracked.com, they're big fans of his books. But I mean, he's not obviously. I think I want to say This Book is Full of Spiders was on a bestsellers list, but I do not know which one. I do
New
not
York
have-
Times or bust, buddy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I now recording on the Mac. I don't have dual monitor while recording, so I mean, you can look it up if you care. But I'm not really sure. I'm not completely sure where that status remains.
Killing flies, man. I can't stop.
Aside from that, I've been still playing Diablo. I am 5 out of 6 pieces of my Marauder set, and my Demon Hunter is consistently doing Torment 5 and 6 on season mode. So that's going pretty well. Played a couple games of Heroes because we got that back this week. I'm really liking the Demon Hunter on there. I am curious right now. Actually, if one of our listeners that plays knows, I seem to have lost my purchases since the reset, which I know was kind of planned, but I'm not sure what Blizzard plans to do with that money spent if they're going to give us back. I know we're not getting a refund, obviously, which is fine, but I don't know if we're going to get coins to buy heroes again, or if those heroes are just going to unlock for us. Because I bought Tyrael and I bought Arthas, and those are both locked, and I have no currency to unlock them with. So I'm not really sure what that is. It's probably just a simple lookup for me, but just I haven't bothered looking it up yet. Aside from that, that's about it. I was looking forward to playing Drive Club, but like we mentioned, the free download isn't quite up yet. But you say it's really laggy, so
it's just, from what I've read, it's just all crap.
Right.
Like Drive Club is just like a generic racing game that takes no steps in any kind of good direction.
Oh, really? Well, that's unfortunate.
It's just bland. Imagine racing.
I mean, there's still the Need for Speed Most Wanted that came out on Next Gen, which was a launch title, which was actually fairly impressive. I hadn't played it on PS4 yet, but I did play it on Xbox One, and I enjoyed that. What I didn't like was the forced multiplayer, which I generally enjoy in most games, but I don't think forced multiplayer works too well in racing games.
I don't know why it wouldn't.
I mean, it depends. I mean, especially on launch day, if servers aren't completely stable, then your forced multiplayer affects your single player experience. It would almost be like trying to put forced multiplayer in a sports game, where with sports games, some of them can be difficult to play online because your precision relies a lot on how lagless your gameplay is. And like, for example, in like an MLB The Show 14 or 15, whatever the most recent PS4 release was.
Lag fest from hell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't play an online game.
It's so bad.
The batting timing is horrible. The pitching timing. I mean, the pitching timing you can kind of get around if you get used to the lag and you kind of.
You have to read the lag. That's cool.
Yeah, kind of. But
it's a new gameplay element.
Yeah, but
nice.
with hitting, like, it's impossible to get good timing on hitting, and it's not connection either. I mean, I've got 50 megabit down, 10 megabit up. I mean, I've got all my ports open in my router, like, so it's not like I'm an idiot that doesn't know what he's doing as far as setting up his internet connection. It's just the servers, and that is purely Sony's fault because MLB The Show is a Sony. I think it's Sony Santa Monica, so it's a Sony title, and it's Sony servers, so. It's obviously on their end, but on the other hand, Ghost seems to run fine on the PS4. So
yeah, Ghost is fine.
Yeah,
I've never had any issues with that online.
Is that a Call of Duty game?
Yeah, Call of Duty Ghost. Unfortunately, Ghost sucks.
I was gonna say it's completely crap, but it runs great.
It does.
Oh, good. Good for them.
Yeah, so I mean that's one thing Activision's always done well. It's like I was telling someone that was they're a total Battlefield fanboy, and they're like, oh well, Battlefield's better than COD, and it's like whatever. It's gameplay preference. I prefer COD because I don't want vehicles in my first person shooter, and I prefer smaller maps. But the one thing that Call of Duty gets right every single year is their servers are 100% stable on every console every year.
That's where all their money goes.
What are you talking about? That is completely
that way
and utterly
you can
false.
play a shitty game and not lag.
That's a good point. I think
that way you can have a lag-free shit of an experience. But at least you'll find out who fucked your mom. That's important to know.
And you'll know that every 8-year-old hates you.
Oh yes,
that's right.
That is true. You certainly will.
I can't do Call of Duty. Every time you utter the Advanced Warfare, I just feel bad for you every time.
Yeah.
Oh, no good. No good.
I don't know. I mean, they added the RPG elements, and it kind of sucked me in. I like the leveling up. I like the unlocking. And it's fun. I mean, it's not a quality game. It's the same rehashed game every single year. But they still break records. It's just like the iPhone 6, man. It's a bigger version of the 5S is all it is with a faster processor.
Did you bend it yet?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Mine is in
Everybody bends their
mine is
phones
in a
now.
case.
Here's the new crave.
I know.
Hipsters do it. You should do it too.
It's the new hipster thing.
That Harley guy from Epic Mealtime. Have you seen his video about bending the phone?
Don't bend your phone.
Just don't bend it.
Yeah.
Just don't. Well, you know what's funny is, I mean, you get these you can get them at a subsidized price, and that's fine, and people do that, and whatever. But at the end of the day, you have essentially what is, I mean, especially like I have the 64 gig one, which I think retail is, I want to say $8.99 or
Have you guys seen the
$7.99.
new iPhone 6 repair kit?
Yeah, the rolling
A
pin.
repair kit.
Yeah.
It's a rolling pin.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a rolling pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Genius.
I think you brought it up on last week's show.
I
But
probably
yeah.
did. There you go. Repeat.
But my point is that if you
rehashing old jokes.
if you put an $800 device in
On a
your
rolling
back
pin.
pocket and you're a fat ass and you sit down, you're the retard. You shouldn't. You know what I mean? It's no different than like if I'm carrying around my iPad. I'm not gonna not put a case on it. I mean that's just stupid. I mean why? It's a what $10 by $12,000 piece of hardware. If I drop it and break it without a case on it, that's my fault, not Apple's.
You're kind of dumb though.
So
Okay.
I thought it would
so-
work in the pool. I don't understand.
So some of this info, a guy on Reddit put all this information together, and I can't find his revision. So some of it's mildly inaccurate, but like overall, it makes a point. So the original Witcher, developed by CD Projekt Red, released in 2007 exclusively for PC, based on a series of books by a Polish author. No console release, no DRM. There was no existing franchise to rely on to sell it, and they didn't spend tens of millions to advertise. They didn't even sell off portions of their game as pre-order bonuses DLC. It was sort of buggy, and it was unique and refreshing. I'm sort of paraphrasing too. It didn't need to clear 4 million sales to be considered successful, and it sold well enough to make a second one. So then,
what game are we talking about again?
The first
Or-
Witcher before they went corporate with the second one.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean the better
then
one?
Assassins of King. In 2011, which was 4 years later, the second game comes out. Initially PC, and then 360 comes out the following year. They expanded, made a console. The gameplay was vastly improved. There was still no DRM.
Move the
They
mic
weren't
from
selling
your
off
mouth.
portions. They were not selling off
Thank
portions of the game
you.
as pre-order DLC, and all DLC was free. 1 year after the game's release, it was announced they had sold 1.7 million copies. The total cost of the game was around $10 million. To put that into perspective, Modern Warfare 2 had a development budget of around $50 million with a marketing budget of $200 million. To put more perspective into that, that was like one Modern Warfare 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 25 copies of Witcher 2. Modern Warfare 2
We're just
had
talking about what the
25
company
25 times
spends.
the budget that Witcher 2 had.
Well, that sounds about right. It's Activision.
Yeah, but the point,
And it was
point
also the
is,
sequel
like,
to
they-
the-
and I'm not done, but the point there is that they put more into developing like a much more developed and intricate and deep game.
See, and that I don't know. I guess my thing is realistically any game, regardless of who makes it or what you put into it. I've had some like really intelligent people that pick apart everything that have played the dumbest games and can find like the deepest shit out of it.
Like
I think
Minecraft.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of really any game is just if you can find something in it you like, then play it. Who gives a shit how much it took to make it or who likes it or
Right.
whatever? Who cares?
I mean,
Just play it.
Minecraft is a perfect example of that. I mean, obviously now they're a big company and whatnot, and now they're owned by Microsoft. But
Yeah.
Yeah, Mojang sold it off.
yeah, but I mean, Notch developed that in his basement in Sweden when he was like he had a rough time in his life and he was like depressed and he just wanted something that was endless to play. And he had no desire for it to take off the way that it did, but he also had no idea that it was going to. And now, I mean, how long's Minecraft been out? 5 or 6 years, 6 or 7? How long are we on it? I don't remember. But anyway, and then it sells to Microsoft for how many billions of dollars?
So it's not necessarily just budget too. It's like it's the DRM and it's like the on-disc DLC and it's the charging for DLC thing. So
Okay.
like CDPR are now huge. Like they're a big name and they have a huge budget for Witcher 3. But they started with like nothing and just did no DRM and like the idea is like they're very customer driven. Like they're driven behind creating an experience for gamers and not necessarily only projected profit margins. So when you spend $250 million on a game, 200 of that in marketing, you've got like you have to project a certain like profit margin. Like you have to make a shit ton of that back.
Right, but marketing is also extremely important. For example, let's look at
No, but no. See, you say that, and yet Witcher came out was fucking unknown, and then it was just good, and then like word of mouth did it. They did not spend anything on marketing.
Right, Borderlands 1. Yeah, Gearbox wasn't really anything
I
then.
stumbled into that at
Walmart
on
and then you get
accident.
garbage like Dragon Age 2, where
which
there's
was
a ton
utter
of DRM, a short-ass development cycle, shitty writing, shitty story, tons of paid DLC, some of it on the disc.
First off, you're throwing DRM around like it's vulgar. What's wrong with DRM? If you buy the game legally, DRM doesn't affect you.
No, it's just annoying. And then like some people with CD Projekt Red partnered with GOG because a lot of people didn't want to have Steam installed, because before it was Steam only, so you had to have Steam. But there were
I know, and then
plenty of people who didn't want to have it. So then their solution was to partner with GOG. And then you it's more of it's almost like a principle thing, because it doesn't really bother me either. And it's and there's a quote from a GOG managing director, and he says DRM solves piracy like a bag of concrete solves hunger. Like DRM doesn't do shit for piracy.
Well,
it's just
and
annoying.
I completely agree, and I think the next step that to kind of tangent a bit here, I think the next step that we should take as far as preventing piracy is we should stop installing games on local hard drives. It should be an access key, and they should do similar to what PlayStation Now is doing on PlayStation, in that, or similar to something like Netflix. You don't download it.
No, that
you
takes
just
so much
stream
infrastructure,
it.
though.
Not really.
It would be dealing with a lot bigger load times.
It works perfectly on PlayStation Now.
I was gonna say, I was playing
right,
Street
but
Fighter
when you take
Ultra.
that
and
and
it was
want
great.
to apply it to everything,
you just increase the price of it a little bit. But anyway.
good luck getting people paying more for a game. We already have the cheapest games in the world comparatively.
Right. No, we do. Yeah, actually, I was talking to somebody at work about that the other day, is the fact that
Because people complain about $60, but when you take exchange rates and prices into the mix,
right.
We've got the cheapest games in the world.
It's not even, but $60 is retarded to complain about. I mean, look at the fact that you had the PS3, which
now, is it
out.
shitty that some games are priced $60 when they're not actually worth $60? Sure,
it's market structure.
As a baseline price, though.
Well, the thing is, you have to look at the company too. For example, let's bring this down to our level. So our Patreon, our minimum level is $1 a month. Now, for that $1 a month, you get mentioned on our website, so that's kind of cool. Now, Scott Johnson, who runs Frog Pants Studios and hosts the Instance in the morning stream, stuff like that, his base level for his Patreon is also $1, and you get mentioned on his show as well. So you're paying the same amount of money. It's $1 a month. Now, getting mentioned on his website might be cooler than ours, because that guy gets 100,000 downloads a week and we get 50. But the thing is you have to.
But the expectation is up front.
Right, and the same expectation is up front because you're paying for access to it. So and I'll use this argument for something else after too. So you have to look at the developer. The game is $60 because that's the established acceptable price that we've added to games now, $59.99 plus tax. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper. I have a local store here. Austin's probably familiar with it, called Bull Moose. You can go to Bull Moose, and it's local to New England, and you can buy a
55.
You can buy a brand new title for $55.49. So you get Bull Moose points and whatever. This isn't a Bull Moose advertisement, but so it's a little bit cheaper. Same with Amazon. You go into Amazon, you can buy a brand new title. I think it's $58.99 or
50, 56, 57.
Yeah, it's $57.49 or something like that. So you save a little bit. So there's a little bit of leeway here and there. But the thing is if I go and buy... Okay, first off, let's go back to that. If you go and buy Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for $59.99 and you think it's going to be anything more than Ghosts with some gameplay changes and a new skin, you're an idiot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, at this point, yes.
Right.
But initially, when they it's just advertised.
But,
just advertisement and marketing is shitty. You just can't get around it.
But the thing is, it's shitty. I mean, for me, in the music aspect, it's the same thing. I personally don't feel that Nicki Minaj has any heart in any of her fucking stupid retarded music she makes. But then
it's that ass, though, man.
No, but the point is, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Corey's back.
It doesn't matter the face that's on it or what they're projecting or what they're doing. Is the market in general is established at a certain margin, and regardless of what you want to get out of it, everything's going to be at that point. Whether it ends up being worth it is irrelevant. Initially, everyone has to throw it out to that initial $60. So
right, and you have to kind of look at the buyback too. I mean, or not that. Well, the market share coming back to them. For example, let's go back to the podcasting again. If I have a $2,000 budget and I spend $2,000 on hardware, okay, cool, the show might sound a little bit better, and for that we might get maybe a half a dozen more listeners based off of someone who listens going to their buddy and going, hey, this show sounds better, check it out. However, if I take 500 of that and buy new hardware, and then I take 1,500 of that and pay for advertising, we're going to increase tenfold. Whether or not we keep we keep those people, that's up to us.
So then it's like, oh, okay, some people checked it out, but then it was shit because we didn't put anything into it.
You just
like, hey guys,
well, no, and I completely agree with you. But what my point is, it's no different than like Austin and the band they're in. If they put every penny that they had into just the production of the album, if nobody knows about it, then it's gonna fall.
Basically the thing is, like with our album, just to throw out just rough numbers.
Go ahead, plug yourself.
Yeah, I will. Thanks. So our EP, which is supposed to be 5 songs for most EPs, but I finished recording early, so we were able to do a 6. But the point is, it's like 50.
Just for context for the listeners, because we're not recording the video this week, he is like over here like caressingly.
I talk with my hands.
Caressing the table. Are you guys?
I have a
Yeah.
pattern going. I have like a diagram I'm doing with my hand. No, but basically, you drop 1,500 on the initial recording, and then you have mastering, which we did at Gateway, and then you finish that. Then you have to pay for duplication. That's a lot of money. That's like $5,000 right there.
Right.
People still don't even know.
Yeah, mastering is expensive.
People don't even know you put $5,000 into it until you start dumping money into marketing. So it's inevitable. As much as it might suck, and for especially bands like Nickelback or people like, oh, they have no soul, they have no heart. Well, I'm sure they're musicians that care about what they're doing, but they are so fantastic at saying, hey, we're cool, come see our shit. It's just
like, no, my point isn't that eliminate marketing, period. My point is, like, it's too focused upon.
Oh, of course it is, but unfortunately, it makes
the world
lots
we
of
live
money.
in.
Yeah,
it's the reason. It's the reason you have advertising in video games now. It's the reason that you have commercials when you go to the fucking movies, as opposed to the whole "let's all go to the movies" bullshit ditties. But it's just, and that's what it's marketing. It's branding. It's making sure something is known. It's the reason that even though it's the same game every year, Call of Duty is the best-selling game of the year every year.
Yep.
It's the reason that Grand Theft Auto 5 sales blew Saints Row out of the water. One, because 4 was retarded, but 2,
it wasn't bad. It was.
It was horrible. 3 was
dog shit.
3 was good.
2,
4 was dog shit.
I love Saints Row 2.
Well, anyway, this isn't going to be a sandbox argument, but anyway, the reason that Grand Theft Auto 5 sold so well was because it's a branded name. People know Grand Theft Auto. It's the same with Apple. You love Apple, you hate Apple. It doesn't matter. Their iPhone 6, you got Apple haters like Brandon, and people that are just kind of like nonchalant about it, like Corey or whatever. You've got all the spectrums, but the iPhone 6 broke every phone sales record in the market, and the reason, it's not because it's the best phone out there. Even as a self-proclaimed Apple fanboy, I will say that the Galaxy S5 and the HTC One both outperform the iPhone 6 as far as hardware, but Apple is branded. It has a fan base. It has a very loyal fan base. And people are going to buy it. One, because you recognize the logo, whether you agree with it or not. There is still some sort of there's a status symbol to having an Apple logo on your device. Whether or not that matters to you, it matters to some people.
Disgusting feeling. It's just like, look at
and
you.
It's the same.
Well,
it's the same reason.
It's no different than like, oh look, I bought Nike shoes.
Right,
you
and
could
that's
wear
exactly
Skechers
what it
and they're
is.
just as comfy.
And
but
Nikes generally fall apart pretty fast now. Like, I'm a big Converse shoe wearer. I love my Chuck
they last
Taylors.
forever.
Not anymore. Not that Nike makes them. And they're
Nike
also like
makes Converse.
Nike owns Converse. And I went and I understand as you get older and time goes on, there are prices that inflate, but I went from paying like $5 for a pair of Converse Chuck Taylors to like $55.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And they're made in some sweatshop in China, which I don't care, because if they were made if they were made in America, they'd probably be $100. Yeah, I know. That's why everyone's like bitching about Apple. They're like, oh well, their phones are assembled by underpaid children in China. I'm like, good, let them be.
Do you not see everything that says made in China?
If you bring
on the
it to
back?
America, we'll pay that much more for it. But anyway, that's the whole point. And it's no different than Samsung. Samsung has its loyal. I mean, your Google Android fanboys are just as bad as Apple fanboys these days. It's no different than World of Warcraft, man. I mean, every MMO gets compared to World of Warcraft. One, because at one point in time, World of Warcraft was the best at what it did. It took what EverQuest established and said, "Hey, look, we'll do it better." And
what's
they
doing
did
it better now, though?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so
I can't really.
It's still arguably the standard.
Well, yeah. I can't really overly argue on the topic because I don't play.
Right.
You can't argue that WildStar is good. And that's just for examples. Like WildStar was fantastic. I think WildStar was awesome. I liked WildStar a lot. I'm not continuing to play it. It's like it did it great, but the standard is still WoW.
Right.
And nothing is doing it well. Like. Is coming along that is like
I think
groundbreaking enough to take away enough to like significantly compete. Like we thought SWTOR would. We played SWTOR for like what 2-3 years, and then it went free to play, and now none of us really played it anymore at all.
I'll credit World of Warcraft definitely for something that Call of Duty doesn't represent, and that's the fact that World of Warcraft has a lot into it and has a lot of depth.
There's a lot of depth.
Granted, I'm not really into it. I understand why people are, and I hate the fact that Call of Duty and Battlefield are the standard when they lack everything. Like there's just nothing to it.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask. Now that you bring up that, and I certainly don't want to make this a COD discussion, but I'm curious.
I'm down.
What is, out of curiosity, what is it? And without being a fanboy, Brandon.
Oh, here we go.
What is it? What is it that COD lacks? Like, what are you looking for in a shooter that Call of Duty doesn't offer you?
I don't really like. I just don't like the. I just don't really like it. Like I used to play it a lot. I played a lot of Call of Duty.
Hold on. You have to specifically be looking for a military shooter. You can't compare it to Borderlands. You can't compare it to Team Fortress. You can't compare it to.
I think
I like Counter-Strike.
So
it's
a different beast.
My thing is, and I don't know if there's a boatload of people that will agree with me on this, but I'm a huge Rainbow Six fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Vegas. No Vegas.
Fucking what?
No, Vegas one was okay. Yeah.
Right.
My Rainbow Six gives you exactly what you need. They give you the blended vibe of every map in terms of sizing, what it looks, whatnot. And then they give you guns. They give you armor. And then you go. And it's about being better than the other person, being intelligent. Call of Duty is... Oh, luckily for me, I spawned next to these 4 guys for no reason. Then I shot all of them. Now I have dogs.
Now there's one issue.
Dogs.
That is
now
one
I have
issue
a
that
rocket.
That is one issue that COD has every year. Is spawn. Yeah, the spawn system has been dog shit forever.
You know what Call of Duty has for an issue? Everything. The spawn system is terrible. The maps are too condensed.
I would
There's
say
no thought process.
It's
not a tactical
not
game.
Like a tactical shooter.
It's
so
not.
Like if I
no, it's not
shooter,
tactical
like,
at all.
I would prefer a tactical shooter.
Like,
right, fair enough.
I'm not going to get into the Counter-Strike because that's not really a tactical shooter. I understand that.
Right.
I understand you can take games like Counter-Strike, you can take games like Call of Duty, and you can make them tactical by taking the elements of what the game are and communicating with other people on the same base and make your own tactics out of it. But it's not a core tactical game. It's a mindless frag fest.
It is, and I'll agree with that. And I believe that Call of Duty's biggest flaw is similar. It's similar to League of Legends' greatest flaw, and that is that its community is horrible and toxic.
Yes.
And it certainly is. The worst thing about Call of Duty, like Brandon said, you're going to find out who fucked your mother within the first 5 minutes.
Man.
That's the worst thing about Call of Duty, but it's no different than League of Legends, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, in that you get online
League,
and
like as a whole, like especially in my experience, really it has gotten like it has definitely not been as bad.
No, they've gotten better with the social rules in League. I haven't played it because Heroes is out and it's Blizzard and I'm a fanboy. But
the thing is, it doesn't matter whether you're playing League or whether you're playing Halo or Call of Duty or Counter-Strike or Diablo, Destiny. It doesn't matter what you play. It's just the state of people in general and gamers in general. They just love to talk shit for no reason at all.
No, it is, and that's an argument. That's an argument that I have with some people. Is that I started online gaming in '95.
I was one.
I was playing Ultima. I was playing Ultima Online on the PC, and it was a much different world. In the modern gaming, this podcast exists because we met each other playing video games. And that was cool, and we're all. I mean, Brandon's a douchebag, but we're all pretty respectful, and a lot of the people we game with. I mean, even Torak, one of our patrons. I met him playing Diablo 3. Fuzzy, who's one of our better internet friends. We met him. playing Star Wars. And you know, Derek and so many friends that I have, with the exception of this kid sitting next to me who I met through his dad. But anyway, we met through gaming, and even that, with the exception of Torak, who was fairly recent, even that, you know, you or you two and Fuzzy and Derek, you know, I've known for the better half of a decade. And even in just those few short years, the face of the vast majority of online gaming has become, you know, oh, well, fuck you, fucking camper, oh, you're a noob. Like,
Well,
everyone that's better,
hasn't really changed.
everyone that's not as good as you is a noob, and everyone that's better than you has no life.
Well,
I think
it's
my
reached the masses too. Like
Well,
I want
yeah,
to say it wasn't always like that, but it sort of was. It's just because it's more.
It-
It's very common to even if you don't associate yourself as a gamer, to be like, oh, I'm not a gamer. What do you do? Oh, I play Madden and Call of Duty.
Right.
And even
So
when you
you're
just
a
play
gamer.
Madden and Call of
Yeah,
Duty, like
I
you're like you're a total dickhead when you play Madden and Call of Duty.
with the state,
Right.
like,
it's just a competitive aspect, and like that personality type of being like hyper competitive, especially I am like, that's why I only play League and StarCraft, because I want to smash fuckers into the ground.
yeah,
Right.
like
And
I'm-
then I want to be like, yo, you suck ass.
I'm the guy on because I'm a Madden player. I'm the guy where don't flip me off. I'm the guy where if I'm Richard Sherman and I have a pick, blatant interception, and I drop it, that's the other guy's fault. Even though it's Madden's fault and it's just the game, the guy I'm playing against, I will rage
You never
for
made a
no
mistake.
reason.
You're playing perfect.
No,
No,
it's just,
no,
it's
I
just
agree.
the point that my thing is, it's not just in gaming, it's in sports, it's in daily life, is when people are overly competitive, you're an asshole, and whether you want to admit it or not, it's irrelevant.
See, there's a difference there, because, and I wish you had said that you were a Madden player, because my brother-in-law upstairs plays Madden, and I would have picked it up before you guys came over so we could play after the show. But anyway, I digress. But there's a difference there,
I could've
because
brought it.
if I am playing you in Madden,
You'll lose.
and I pick you off and get a pick six,
I'll punch you.
right, but that's my point.
lose.
Especially locally, because we are competing against each other, and it's no different than if. What do we have? 4 of us here. So, you know, if we had 2 other people in this call, let's say your dad and my brother-in-law, just for the sake of those are the first people that came to mind.
Yeah.
And we're a 6-man team, and we're playing 6v6 COD. And forget the fact that you wouldn't play COD. I expect when we get to the lobby that we are going to talk fucking trash against the people we're playing against. We're playing against them. There's a competitive edge there, and I get that.
It's just the mindset of certain people.
Right. Well, it's not even that. I mean, whatever. It's like, you know, I mean, like, is it a little over the top when the racism and the homophobia gets brought into it? Sure. But
That's
that's a
silly.
completely
Yeah.
different argument.
Yeah.
You know, your race and whether you want a cat or a hot dog in your mouth doesn't fucking decide how you play video games.
Yeah.
It might decide what video games you play. I mean, My Little Pony Island Adventure is more appealing to some than others, but
Don't hate.
All right.
Argue you for days on that.
don't hate. But my point being is that, and that's not what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with that competition and that the competitive arguing and the trash talking. I mean, it happens. I mean, you talk about real football when you get those big fat guys down there on the line.
I like the Giants. I like the Pats.
Well, no. I'm not even talking about the fans. I'm talking about the players when they're on the field. There is trash talking back and forth to get them
I'm
off
gonna
their
kill
edge. It's like what was that old movie with Rick Moranis, like Little Giants? And
I
it's-
love
and
that
it was,
movie.
Yeah, it was like,
Ice
you know,
Pops.
what do you need? Intimidation. And he gives the little scrawny kid fucking Alka-Seltzer, so he's foaming out of the mouth on the defensive line. And that I don't have an issue with. What I have an issue with is that, and you see it some in COD and you see it some in League. Like Brendan said, it's gotten better. I haven't experienced it firsthand, but I trust him. Or maybe he's just a douchebag so he doesn't notice it. But because we've established that he's one of the elitist League of Legends players. But anyway, my point is when it's your own team that becomes toxic. If you are playing let's say we're playing Heroes of the Storm, and I say that just because I can name off more characters, and let's say that you're playing Abathur and you've never used Abathur before. So if I'm familiar with Abathur, or if Corey's familiar with Abathur, so he goes, oh hey, okay, I see you're doing that. Have you ever used him before? Oh, you haven't? All right. Well, hey, he's more of a ranged guy, so you probably should stay behind. I'm playing Diablo, and he's more of a tank, so I'm going to come to the front, and what's going to happen is I'm going to pull him back, and when I pull him back, then you attack him with your ranged ranged abilities. You know, that is cool, and I like to see that. What you see in League of Legends and COD, and I'm sure you see it in Heroes too.
Noob, quit the game.
Yeah, it's like,
Play
oh,
someone else.
you fucking loser. Let's vote kick. What, have you never played before? It's like, seriously? It's like,
no, I just bought the fucking game to enjoy it. Dick.
Right. And you don't even buy it. It's free to play. Anyone can play it. And it's like, you know what? Okay, if you're playing against somebody and they do that, be like, well, look at that fucking retard playing Abathur on their team. He doesn't even know how to play him. All right, cool, whatever. They're on the other team. But if you're with teammates, whether you know them or not, I don't care. I don't care if you were randomly selected and put there. There's some kind of gamer etiquette that should exist and be like, hey, dude, have you ever played before? And it's like, all right, well, we've been a set team for a little while. We've been playing for a while. Okay, you're this character. Okay, well, this character does this. Okay, well, even with League of Legends. Oh, you're Ashe. Okay, well, ADC bottom. Hang back a little bit, feed experience off minions. Pick people off with your special if you can. But you don't
Put
get
Blitzcrank
that.
down there,
You get that.
support.
Oh, you're playing Ashe. You must be a fucking noob. Even though every fucking League of Legends website that I've seen says Ashe is one of the top recommended characters for new players.
Or Caitlyn.
Because she's easy.
Right,
Caitlyn.
exactly. But and it's this, and you actually have that a little bit in League of Legends. Jim Raynor has the same issue that Ashe has. It's known that he is an easier character to play when you're a new player. So everyone that picks Raynor gets fucking trolled. And it's like, if all of the strategy guides say, look, this is the character to play if you're new. He's easy to play. He's easy to control. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but he doesn't die that quickly. And he has a fairly easy to use special or heroic ability if you're playing heroes. And then everyone that picks him gets trolled. It's very counterintuitive. It's like, oh, that guy's playing Raynor. Well, that means one, he likes the character, or two, he's new to the game. Well, let's find out. You like Raynor? Okay, cool. Have at it. You're new. Oh, well, hey, help us do this. This is the strategy we're focusing on this map. If you have any questions, can I type it up really quick and we'll try our best to help you? Why is that so fucking difficult?
I think the on that, like, I don't know if you guys remember the map Shipment from Modern Warfare. What,
Oh, yeah,
2?
it was-
Or
oh,
COD
yeah.
4? Was it COD 4?
No,
COD 4.
it was COD
You
4.
won me,
Okay.
bro.
All
That
right,
was
you know
my
that,
favorite
you know that,
free-for-all
you know
map.
that, you know that little spot in the corner where you can sit behind the two broken up cars?
Yes.
Okay, when I was fairly young when that
Yes, you
game
were.
came out, but I played it, and I had the strategy guide because I'm a new to shooter guy, so I'm like, all right, what's this game going to tell me to do?
Because
And the game-
GameFAQs.com didn't exist back then.
Yeah, but the game, the thing said, on Shipment, it's intelligent to sit by the broken cars. You have good cover. You can shoot from each side. People will spawn on each side. You're all set. And I would do it, and I'd do well, and I would get the, like, you camper, you fucking suck, you're trash, go break the game. I'm like, why? Because I'm using what the game developers put in
Like
here
the
for me to
fucking-
do? Like, come on.
Because gamers seem to think that camper is synonymous with playing strategically.
You know what I
Because
say?
if you're in war, you don't run
No,
around
this
with
is
your
what I
assault
always
rifle
tell
like a
people.
retard.
These are the two things I tell people with Call of Duty when I played it. For one, quick scopers. No fucking sniper does that. You're a moron. Use your scope, shoot them, stop being a dumbass.
Yeah, I hate quick
number
scoping.
2, would you run out there in the middle of a battlefield in real life? Would you do that?
Yeah,
No,
but
because you'd
to-
be dead.
To make that comparison with Call of Duty is silly to begin with.
It is because with Call of Duty is a very fast-paced game. But see, here's
You
the
can jump 3 feet in the air and then land on your stomach
we're-
and spin
we're-
around in half a second.
and shoot someone.
dude. I love doing that.
360
That's
no
so fun.
scopes.
360 no scope, get drop shot at Scrublet.
Right, but I love how this has become like the first-person shooter episode. But anyway, but there's
bound to happen.
I like to point out the big difference between camping and playing strategically because okay, first off, if you're camping, you're sitting in the same goddamn spot. That's camping. And
if it's working for you.
hold on, and that's my next point. Here's the thing. No fucking camper. Okay, here's the thing. If I'm in the same spot for 10 minutes straight and you can't figure out how to fucking get around me and kill me, who's bad at the game? Me or you? Secondly, especially if I'm sniping, if I position myself in a spot that I know has a good view of a high traffic area,
And you can't be hit from behind.
and I can't be hit from behind, or even not. If I put claymores down or whatever game I'm playing, whatever anti-personnel device that I have behind me to protect my ass, if I take out a couple people, and I'm an intelligent sniper, and I use to do a bushism, I use strategery, and then I take out a couple people, I pick up my anti-personnel device, and I move. And I find another spot to camp out in because I want to keep moving. That's how a sniper works. That doesn't. If you've got, I don't know the exact details of it. I don't know a military sniper, but I am aware of the fact that if you have multiple targets that you have to take out, you don't take them all out from the same goddamn hill.
Yeah, but you're now a homosexual for having that mindset. Because that's how people play. You're now gay because you're intelligent.
He just came out of the closet.
Yeah, like come on.
That was his
you're
way of
smart.
coming out.
You're so gay. I can't stand you. Like, come on. I
came
hate
out so hard.
dude. Just that whole mind.
You're so gay.
and again, and even that right there. Even that right there, telling someone, wow, that was no good.
Yeah, no, that's
telling someone that they're so gay. That right there just. And you can relate it to everything. It's just the point that people love to talk shit. They don't.
Okay, you've heard all of our episodes.
Oh yeah.
How many times have I said something and Brandon's response is, "Dude,
Gay.
you're so gay."
You're such a piece of shit.
No, like that's I like Nickelback. Dude, you're so gay. I like dude, you're so.
Oh, speaking of Nickelback, real quick, Britain has a petition out that people are donating to, and if they get it signed, Nickelback will never be able to come over into Britain or New England and play there.
Hey, Corey, I think. Hold
No, that
on.
was in.
No. I'm just saying. I think that remember how you said you had your mic for like an hour and a half, and then it started acting up.
Is it doing it?
Yeah, you just got really loud.
Well, no, it was making a
screaming
fuck
at me.
ton of odd noises.
Well,
not
there's some
me getting
popping
loud.
noises. I don't know if it's. Hold on, let me.
Was it beatboxing?
Hold on, I'm gonna just individually drop them from the call, and yeah, it's from Corey.
Oh, it wasn't you this time.
No, it was Corey.
Look at that miracle.
There we go. Call.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Brown.
Did you switch back to your headset mic?
I did not.
Okay.
Oh.
Now the popping noise.
Yeah,
is coming
poppity
from-
pop
all
pops are coming.
Again, I apologize to listeners. It's our first time using our new setup, so.
Wait, so it is doing it again?
No, you're
No,
not doing
you're-
it, but
you're fine.
but you're micing. Your head,
It's-
your camera's not on though.
It's
It
Brandon's.
doesn't matter for the recording, but
It's Brandon's poppity pop pops.
yeah, Brandon. Yeah, but anyway, whatever.
Pretty fat.
Sorry about that. Now I've lost my train of thought. Who remembers where we were?
And we're back. There you go. Now you gotta edit it.
we're back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post that.
You're not gonna edit it? You got all this shit to edit. You need to edit.
Come on, man.
Learn.
No, keep this OG.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fresh.
so yeah, well, we're coming up on the cusp of an hour, so we're not gonna quite end it yet because this is I like this episode.
Oh, we were
We're going
talking
pretty
about
well.
talking shit.
We were
That
talking
was
about.
the
Oh yeah,
conversation.
you're so gay.
Talking
Dude,
grease.
you're so gay for remembering that.
I just say,
Dude, you're such a fuck.
see,
You
my
just gotta learn to ignore it.
my
I don't
thing
know
is-
how people have such a hard time
See-
with that. It's just
see,
like, you're so gay. No, you're gay.
It's 'cause
I
it's
usually-
so fun to like get into the arguments.
I counteract people typically with either playing on the fact that because I said I'm gay, now I have to be. So I'm as gay as I possibly can to that person
Yeah,
until they
dude.
stop talking to me, or
Hit me harder.
yeah, or I call him like a poop head or a butt face because I work with kids for a living. So I'll throw like random like nah poopy head at them, and they're like, "What?" It works.
Wait, dude, that really hurt.
Why you gotta say that?
They just break down.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, yeah.
Great talk, man.
No, that was
So,
that was good. That was a lot of fun. All right. So before we do head off, I do want to give Austin and the band a little bit of a plug here.
Oh,
So yeah. So the band is Sygnal To Noise. Austin, why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
About them? About us?
About the band?
about me and my band.
About how
Tell
it
us-
came
tell
to
us the
be.
story.
Do you want me to talk about them as if I'm not in it, or
Talking
Sing
the
us-
talking
sing
the
us a
second
song,
talking
Piano
the
Man.
second person.
I can't do that.
How did you meet?
How did I? Okay. Well, my father is the singer, and originally
So he knew you right from the get-go.
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly.
once he
It
saw
was
you,
an
picked
instant-
you up and was like, you'll be a
it was an
drummer
instant connection.
someday.
He will be in my band one day.
the circle of life. He totally
it was a line-
simmered the shit out of
It was a Lion King
It
moment.
was
He held me
written
up.
in the stone.
No, but the band originally was it was under another name of other people, and it was kind of a joke. And then my dad had removed some people and then added me. And once I got into the fold, it kind of encouraged him to take it to that next level and try to like really make it something and give it a push. And we acquired some other members with the like-minded attitude and just went off with it. And like I said, recorded the EP and got it mastered at Gateway Studios, which has mastered everyone you could ever think of for music. And then just playing some awesome shows with boatloads of national bands from Avenged Sevenfold for Buttface over here.
So do you tour?
Kind of. We recently got an actual management team to manage us.
Yeah.
But we're not under a label, so we still own the rights to all of our stuff, which is an awesome little loophole. But through that, we've been on just numerous shows like every month. So we played the Rise Above Fest in Bangor here in Maine with Avenged Sevenfold and Blackstone Cherry, Hell Yeah, and Seether and several other
Trivium.
bands. And then we have been the supporting act for many national bands for the last 5 or 6 months.
Hell yeah, that's fucking sweet.
So
Yeah,
you've
man.
Opened for you would have opened for Days of the New twice, right? But
Yeah,
then
we
they
opened for
canceled
them
out.
once, and Travis Meeks had a meltdown, and then the second time, which was the other day, he got arrested in front of the show, and
Oh, he got arrested right here in
Why?
Portland.
he got arrested at the asylum right outside, and then we became the headlining band, so the 3 other bands opened for us.
Nice. Well,
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
There you go. Why'd he get arrested?
He had a warrant out for his arrest for missing a court date for a hypodermic needle that was confiscated. I mean, he's a known, drug abuser and whatnot, and
Yeah.
Right. Most
Yeah.
rock stars are.
yeah, kicked out his bass player live on a show and slapped
Oh, damn.
fans. Yeah, hit fans, yelled at people. He's a swell guy.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Sounds nice.
So we'll give a little bit of a sample here. Obviously, Austin, I have everything up here. Do you have a particular song that's your favorite that you would like people to hear, or
I'm gonna let you play whatever you
well,
want.
if I pick it, it's gonna be Fed Up.
Then go ahead.
All right. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna put this on. I don't know if this is gonna be an issue on YouTube for the YouTube video, but we will see.
I'll be
We're gonna put on "Fed Up" by Sygnal To Noise. It's about 4 minutes long. So I'm gonna let that play through in its entirety, if that's okay with Mr. Austin over here.
Yeah, that's cool. And there's no screaming. We're not about
Yeah,
that.
no.
There's no
they
that
they know
doesn't happen.
they know what it sounds like. I played it for them in the pre-show. So-
We believe in actually singing. So
That's nice.
yeah.
It-
Oh yeah.
it's-
His dad hates the growly stuff.
yeah,
So
we care about your
forward to it.
ears.
they have a romantic involvement with your ears. His dad will make love to your ears
And
throughout
my
the
beats,
length of this song.
my beats will be in your body.
Yes.
So enjoy.
Most good.
Unlike mine, which are on my ears. All right. So anyway, without further ado, this is "Fed Up" by Sygnal To Noise. I hope this sounds good on the recording. It sounded good on the pre-show, so we'll
It
see. how
sounds good no
goes.
matter what.
It'll be
It does.
fine.
So we will be back in about 5 minutes.
A few Minogos.
I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, here we go again. Please tell me this is the end. It's been too many years. Why the hell are you still here? In the morning when I open my eyes, I see you staring right back at me. Set me. Set me. Set me right to my early grave. I don't need you anymore. You lying, cheating whore. Why can't you just shut your mouth? When you speak, only shit comes out. In the morning when I open my eyes, I see you staring right back at me. Set me. Set me. Set me right to my early grave.
the time is right for you to look in my eyes. I can't take one more day. Pack your shit and go away. In the morning when I open my eyes, I see you staring right back at me. You set me. You set me. You set me right to my early grave.
And that was Fed Up by Sygnal To Noise.
There you have it.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. You can
It is rough being that talented, man. It just sucks.
Oh,
To wake
jeez.
up and be incredible.
Hard
It's a
times.
nightmare. No, I was kidding.
but yeah, so obviously if you're local to New England, you can find that physical album at Bull Moose and
Yeah,
Newberry Comics.
yeah,
or-
all those fancy
Okay.
dancy stores.
Is it available physically national?
I think it's like 40 something states. I don't know. For certain reasons, a few of them they couldn't be there. I
Right.
don't know but that's info from my dad.
Right.
But,
and then, but if you are
just-
of modern,
Or you could be like 99% of society, and you could go on iTunes or Rhapsody or what's that?
I assume it's
other-
probably on Google Play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
any of
what's-
the digital markets.
Yeah, any of Pandora,
Spotify.
Xbox.
You're on Spotify. All right.
yeah, Xbox Music. It's on there too.
okay.
That
So
little
yeah.
section.
So you can pick it up. It's what is it? $7.99, $9.99.
The album?
Yeah.
What? $7.99.
$7.99. I don't remember. I don't want you guys are so incredibly talented that I didn't even look at the price. I just clicked buy now.
That's adorable.
See? So but yeah, so if you guys like it, you can check that out, and I hope you do, and help support them. If you are local to the New England area, check them out. Again, as I mentioned at the top of the show, their Twitter is at Sygnal To Noise. I don't know who checks that. Your dad, maybe?
And I.
Oh, you check it too?
And DJ.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
all of us.
So everyone kind of checks it.
We all
Um,
go on the band Facebook and Twitter to stay relevant with
Cool.
people who enjoy it, because staying connected to people who are fans of you is important. So
Indeed it is.
There you go.
But yeah, so again, Facebook. You guys have a website, or you just do the social media thing?
the website is currently in building process.
In building. Okay, cool. But yeah, check them out. Let them know what you think. If you heard about them from the show, then let them know, so Austin can know he came here for a reason.
Hey, I came here for the purpose
Of having
of
a
just
good time.
being on the show,
Right.
being a
Well,
fan
we-
of the show and wanting to be on it.
Well,
so that's why I'm here.
We appreciate
There you
that.
go.
Awesome. Good time.
So we will begin our ritual of closeout, and I'm gonna try and do most of this from memory because my PC is off, and that's what my
Ritual
show
of
notes are.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, so Brandon, final thoughts, sir.
Uh-oh.
Just ready for these grand finals.
Oh my
I called it. I called it.
Just ready to watch Samsung White win.
All right,
Moving on.
Corey.
Gary's Mod. Everybody should get it and play. I love that game.
All right, very
What?
good. Gary's Mod. Yeah, I
It's not
don't.
even relevant anymore.
Hey,
I know.
hey.
It is
Listen,
too.
That'll be another topic of conversation of relevance of old and
It's
new
it's
games.
okay until I talked to him on the phone last night at like 3:00 in the morning. I thought it was a Half-Life mod. So.
Well,
Uh,
originally,
Oh, was it? Okay, see,
Yeah,
so it was
so
originally.
originally,
Okay.
yeah.
It's not anymore.
Right. Okay. All right.
Borderlands comes out Tuesday.
It does indeed. So does 6.
Warcraft,
So does
Warcraft.
6.0.
Warcraft.
So does
yeah,
6.0.
still nothing for
So
me
we'll,
to play.
We'll have 6.0 to talk about next week.
I'll keep playing
Um,
Madden.
I want to do a little. Well, actually, I'll let Austin. Austin, final thoughts, sir.
Allow me to come back.
Oh, definitely. We had a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Round two, bro.
I don't think it's gonna work out.
No.
The position has been filled.
That's it. I'm putting
No.
clothes on.
You know what we should do is, next time we do this, we should try and see what we can do with your dad's schedule and have your dad show up too.
Yeah,
That'd be a lot of fun.
because the awesome, strict schedule of my dad might make that nearly impossible.
Well, I don't.
but
Does he work at the shop on Sundays?
He works with.
He works at the shop when he wants to?
Yeah, my dad's
Okay.
always doing stuff.
All right. Well, we'll have to
so-
talk to your dad. So the next time you come on, because your dad's a gamer too, and he's also, being a tattoo artist and a vocalist, it'd be cool to have on the show. So,
Yeah.
not that you yourself aren't fulfilling enough, but I think it'd be
Clearly
cool
I'm not.
to see the chemistry and
That's
have you
what I'm
guys
hearing
both
right
on.
now,
So, anyway, yeah. I totally fucking. Oh yeah. So a couple plugs before we go out. Again, I can't say enough. Check out Signal To Noise. Check out their shit. It's good stuff. They have a song that they play live that is not on album yet. It's awesome, and I love it because his dad uses the word "dink" and he doesn't use it sarcastically.
Dirty girl.
Yeah, it's really good live. Yeah, if you are in the New England area, I think I might have said this already, but check them out. Check out their live show when they play. It's a great experience. I've seen them a few times. I've seen your dad live many times because he's had multiple bands. But yeah, check out their shit if you can. Aside from that,
Do you have any thoughts? We know you don't. Continue with your plugs.
No, he doesn't. Not usually, anyway.
I remembered the plug, so if I do my closing thoughts first, I'll forget the plugs
Okay,
again.
go ahead. Plug it up.
This is a hard time for him.
Next week, if everything goes as planned, we are going to have a returning guest, but he is coming on in a different fashion. It is Garrett. You guys remember Garrett? We had the Power Rangers talk. That was when we had our playlist discussion. I think it was episode 6.
Oh yeah, the music thing, right?
But Garrett plays in a gaming clan called AXS. I believe it's Anarchist Soldiers. But they are going to be doing an event.
What's the X for?
Extreme.
It's just
The Anarchist
Extreme. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we can ask him. We'll ask him next week.
Gamers and their X's.
I know. Well, it's like my handle, my game handle is Cynic, but when you see it written, it's X Cynic X. I don't know what it is with the X's.
But he's gonna be cool.
Anyway, so his gaming clan, AXS, is going to be doing an event called Extra Life Gaming, and what it is the 24-hour gaming marathon.
Oh, they're doing Extra Life?
Yeah.
That's
So
cool. I've done that before.
for anyone that's not aware of what it is, it's a 24-hour gaming marathon, and I'm not quite sure with how the donations go. I know that I believe, and he can correct me next week if I'm wrong on this, but I believe their support is going towards our local Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. But the Extra Life itself is an organization for different charities. I think a lot of it has to do with children and children's health and stuff like that. But I believe it's extralife.org that you can check that out. And again, it's AXS. And yeah, but if everything goes as planned, he should be on. I've talked to him lately. I think we're going to plan for that. Whether he's going to be live in studio because he's a local boy. He's from Southern Maine as well. Or whether he's going to do it over Skype again. I'm not sure, but we will see how that plays out. So that's that plug there. I think that's all for the plugs I can talk about. There's actually something coming up that I'm really excited about, but I can't say anything about it yet. But I'm excited to kind of reveal it to you guys. So when I can do that, I will.
I know what it is.
You guys both know. Austin doesn't know, but I'm sure I'll talk to him about it after the show.
I know.
Do it.
Do it.
But anyway, so aside from that, this has been episode 17. So again, I want to thank everybody for listening. Again, email me or tweet me and let me know how you feel about this audio sound. This was just kind of this is the first time having somebody in the studio with me. I use that phrase very lightly. And also using the mixer and these are new mics and everything else like that. So please let me know how it is. If it's too loud, too little, if the volumes weren't level. Contact me, let me know. I'm going to listen to it for myself, but it's really hard to critique yourself. I mean, it just sounds.
He wants people to talk to him.
Yeah, I need friends. Love
Yeah,
me.
basically.
But aside from that, yeah. So as always, we want to thank JC Monkey for our artwork. You can find more of his stuff at jcmcomics.com and follow him on Twitter at jcmonkeyd3. We want to thank Dustin Bayette for our audio. You can find more of his stuff at Bayette Music on Twitter and follow some of his links there. I don't know if his website's back up yet or not. But you can check all that stuff out. We also want to thank our patrons for helping us out and helping keep this show going on a weekly basis. And we do greatly appreciate that. For those that might be interested to find out what that is, you can go to patreon.com/IG Studios. It is now, for those that were familiar with it, but you weren't interested in maybe the weekly episode thing, we have modified that. It is now monthly as opposed to episodically, and for as little as $1 a month, you can help us out and help keep the show going, help keep the equipment upgrades coming so we can make the show sound better for you and keep doing things of that nature. Again, the rewards start at $1 a month, get you mentioned on our website. And it goes up from there. There's some artwork in there. There's some show appearances on there. There's a T-shirt on there. We also have our goal, which we are a quarter of the way to, roughly, for Corey and Rick and myself to start our anime show. So we can get to that goal level and get the production there and get some anime stuff going. So if you are a fan of anime, even if you only 50-50 like this show.
Yeah? You are?
Dude, I have Ichigo tattooed on my arm. Okay, anime fan, straight up.
I thought he was doing that like I was forgetting something.
I got Ichigo and a basilisk.
Yeah, so when we get that anime show going, so you know what that means, Austin? That means you go to patreon.com/IG Studios.
All right, buddy.
And you help us get closer to that goal. But yeah. So again, any of that support is greatly appreciated, and we can't thank you enough. But I think that I'm umming a lot. See, that's what happens when I do it from memory. But I think that does it for this week's show. So we want to give Austin a big thanks for coming. I appreciate you being I appreciate you being the in studio guinea pig.
I am clothed now, by the way, for anyone who needs to know.
That's a shame.
Thanks.
Sorry, guys. What? That hurts.
But yeah. So for Mr. Cooper. Your dad's Mr. Cooper. For Austin, for Brandon, for Corey, and for myself, we thank you guys for listening, and we will talk to you again next week.
Huzzah!
Later.